Published, 18:12 Eastern Standard Time, the 20th of January 2019. Updated, 18:12 Eastern Standard Time, the 20th of January 2019. Saracens are the sole English representatives in the quarter-finals of the Heineken Champions Cup once again, but they have a glorious chance to claim a third European title. By finishing the pool stage with a perfect 6 victories, McCall's men claimed the #1 seeding and a home quarter-final against Glasgow, a repeat of the fixture they won with room to spare on Saturday. Another win over the Scottish side would propel them into a semi-final against Edinburgh or Munster, armed with home country advantage. Ye produced a man-of-the-match display against Glasgow at Allianz Park. In fact, they don't have to venture beyond their own border from now on, with the final to be staged in Newcastle on May 11th. Some of their leading rivals do not have such comfort. Leinster, the holders and favourites, will expect to dispatch Ulster in an all-Irish last 8 contest in Dublin. But if Racing 92 beat Toulouse in Paris, Leo Cullen's team would have to go to France for a daunting semi-final. Leinster may be the best team in Europe, but they are not on the best route. Toulouse have been revitalised this season, but Racing have formidable power. The same dynamic applies to the fourth quarter-final. Edinburgh are transformed under Richard Cockerill, but Munster have the spirit and strength and pedigree to win in the Scottish capital. That should be the only away win. This column can foresee the semi-finals being Saracens v Munster and Racing v Leinster. At least, the English champions are still in the hunt, unlike the rest of the Premiership contenders, who have fallen by the wayside. Exeter were beyond brave in going down narrowly to Munster in Limerick, but the general picture is of a dire campaign for the Premiership clubs. They played 40 pool matches and won only 14. The Anglo-Irish contests were no such thing, with Leinster, Munster and Ulster winning 9 out of 10 and drawing the other. This is the downside to having a league founded on relentless competitive intensity and the spectre of relegation. Saracens lift the Champions Cup after defeating Claremont and Edinburgh in May 2017. Since Saracens won the top European prize in May 2017, the other English clubs who have featured in the Champions Cup have managed a 31% win rate. They have all been easy prey for teams who are better rested and managed. In 2014, the old Heineken Cup was overhauled after a rebellion by the English and French. 2 years later, those countries secured a quarter-final duopoly, with 3 sides from the top 14 and 5 from the Premiership. But the Celts have rallied so successfully that Scotland have twice as many qualifiers this time as England. It gives the tournament variety. And it feels like karma. English scrums used to dominate their Celtic rivals. Not these days. Glasgow's pack bullied Saracens in the set-piece on Saturday, with one shove prompting a mass scuffle. Hours later, Munster heaped scrum pressure on Exeter. On Friday night, Edinburgh routed Montpellier's massive forwards to prove that technique and attitude can trump sheer bulk. Try of the week, Ye finished off a clinical blindside raid by Saracens, featuring supreme passing and support play at close quarters by Billy Vunipola, Jamie George and Will Skelton. Blues brothers, Montpellier prop Janie du Plessis-Wright, suffered the indignity of being hauled off in the 31st minute of his club's defeat at Edinburgh, while brother Bismarck clashed with the hosts' physio. Wonderful Walk Connect released a video showing the players' epic journey from changing room to pitch in Bordeaux, through a courtyard, down a spiral staircase, along a tunnel and back up stairs. 5-star, Bristol scrum half Andy Wright won't forget Saturday's match against NECSTM in a hurry. His club claimed 17 tries and he touched down 5 of them. Midas touch, Edinburgh head coach Richard Cockerill changed his front row during the second half against Montpellier. Seconds later, all 3 replacements combined to win a turnover penalty. Glory denied. George Cruz carved Glasgow open by dummying and stepping around Stuart Hogg, then ran at the line, but had the ball knocked out of his hands as he stretched for the try of his life. Top strip, CJ Stander was so incensed by Johnny Hill's sabotage efforts at a maul that the Munster number 8 ripped off the Exeter lock's shirt and threw it away, forcing Hill to defend topless. The epicenter of Six Nations build-up this week will be Portugal. The Ireland v England clash on February 2nd is destined to set the tone for this year's title tussle, and both sides will prepare with camps on the Algarve. Ireland leave today to train at Glasgow, a golf resort which has added a state-of-the-art sports campus, complete with disco pitch, while England will arrive on Thursday and again base themselves at Browns Resort, outside Villamora. However, England aren't due to commence training until Friday, just as the Irish return to Dublin, so the prospect of any tit-for-tat spying mission seems remote. Eddie Jones will take his England squad to the Algarve to prepare for the Six Nations zone. Of the primary advances in European rugby in recent years has been the ability of tight five forwards to handle the ball like backs. Tadhg Furlong, the Leinster and Ireland prop, has been at the forefront, but others are following suit. At Refield on Friday, Edinburgh prop WP Nell stunned the crowd with a reflex between the legs pass under pressure. The following day, England lock Maro Itoye showed his dexterity by breaking from a line-out, shaping to kick ahead, then dummying an inside pass to leave Adam Hastings flailing, before charging upfield. The last word: the Challenge Cup is often not challenging enough. Northampton and Bristol hit centuries over the final weekend, the Saints dismantling Timisoara Saracens of Romania and the Bears dishing out a three-figure savaging to Russians in ECSTM. Sadly, the expansion mission is failing, for now at least. It doesn't help the second-tier European competition that many French clubs treat it with disdain. Clermont Auvergne certainly aren't in that category, and their presence will elevate the knockout stages. Northampton have to return to Stade Marcel Michelin in the quarter-finals, while Bristol face a trip to La Rochelle. These should be thunderous ties.